I'll just take in short, that review about file handling, because this file handling concept is actually most important in the C programming. C and CPP you can consider. In other programming languages, that there is a special facility for the file handling, but here we need to write some programs for the file handling. Okay. Uh, these points I'll just cover. Why file handling or why files are needed, then types of file, and then operations, right? So why file handling or files needed, that I'll just show you in short. Whatever the programs we have done till now, so that scenario of that program I'll tell you, and whatever the scenario today we are seeing, so that again I'll just tell you. So what we did, so see, uh, suppose this is the RAM, right? What we did, suppose this is the screen and this is the keyboard, right? So this is the keyboard, this is the screen, this is the RAM. So what we did, whatever the input output functions we have seen till now, so using this keyboard, we were taking the input data, and from this RAM to screen, we were displaying the output, right? So for these two operations, we were having the input and output functions. Like for taking the input from the keyboard, we are having like, sorry, scanf function, right? And to display it on the screen, we have the printf function, right? So this is the scenario. So using the scanf function, we're storing the data into the RAM, and using that printf functions, we were just displaying that data on the screen. So this scenario we have seen and we know very well. Now what we were doing into this, suppose I have taken that data like a of 10, right? So value of a is 10, so that will be stored like into this, right, into the primary memory. But what was the problem of this scenario? So when we just accept that value of a, and we store that value into this RAM, and suppose your program is terminated or you shut down your machines or whatever the problems comes, so in that case, whatever is this data we stored into the RAM, that gets vanished, right? When we run again your program, so we need to enter that value of a again. Suppose second time you are giving that value of a is 20, right? So again, this will be overwritten with this 20, right? So it means we are not having that facility to store that a of a value 10 or a value 20 permanently. So this is the main drawback we can say of this primary memory, or we can say RAM. Now see, so whatever this scenario, just I am explaining this scenario that you all peoples knows very well. Now next part, just we are just taking the next. Uh, After this, consider this is the hard disk, right? Now all knows whenever we store anything on this hard disk, so that gets permanent. So again here, the we have the two ways. One way is, so we need to store whatever is the data in the RAM, that to the hard disk, and whatever data we have on the hard disk, that again we need to bring it into the RAM, right? So now see, this thing that very well known, whatever you want to display on the screen, so that we need to first bring it to the primary memory or RAM, and then we can display it into the screen. And same thing, whatever we accept from the keyboard, that first we need to store into the RAM, and then for the permanent storage, we need to transfer that data, whatever stored into the RAM, that to the hard disk, right? Now, whatever is this scenario that is well known. For this, we have the two input and output functions, printf and scanf. Now, whatever is this scenario, this one, this is the new for us. And whatever data we stored on this hard disk, that is nothing but the file handling. So here into this part, that file handling concept comes, right? Now see, to transfer the data from RAM to hard disk, or we can say from hard disk to RAM. So there are many functions are there, but the today I'll just tell you the two functions. See, from RAM to the hard disk, I'm just telling the one function. The other functions are also there. So this is, sorry, this is f printf, right? And whatever data we are just taking from the hard disk to the RAM, so that is fscanf, right? So using these two functions, we can transfer that data from the RAM to hard disk and hard disk to RAM. Now here, for understanding which one we can use, either printf, fprintf or fscanf. So simple scenario, just keep in your mind, whatever the things you need to store into this RAM, into this RAM. So we need that scanf function, because here to transfer that data from keyboard to this RAM, we are using the scanf. And same thing, whatever data you want to retrieve from the RAM, for that here you need that printf function, right? That same thing you just do here. This hard disk, you just consider for the understanding this like a keyboard and RAM, screen, right? So whatever data you are taking, suppose for they just transferring data into the RAM, you consider this hard disk as a keyboard. So for that, you can use this scanf function. That so that you will not get confused into the when how to use that scanf and when how to use the fscanf. So here you just understand, to bring the data from either keyboard or from hard disk, you need to use scanf function. Only here f we are using, right? And to get data from the RAM, we need to use printf and fprintf functions. So these two functions you need to understand here, right? So this is the file handling scenario. And one thing you just understand, once we store the data onto the hard disk, so that will be permanent, right? Whatever data we are storing here, like suppose 10 or 20, so that will be permanent storage, right? So this is the scenario of the file handling. So why we are using the file handling? So to store the data permanently onto the hard disk. So for that we need to use the file handling concept. So whatever is the half portion, that already we know. This portion is known and this portion is file handling, right? So I think you might understood the concept of the file handling. Once you understood this concept, then the file handling programming is the similar to this portion, whatever this portion. So similar to this portion, that file handling concept is there, right? So I'll just come back to this. So I'll just told you. So why the file handling or why files are needed? So to store the data permanently onto the hard disk or the secondary device. So for that we need that file handling or file concept, because whatever programs we store, actually your programs that is been stored under the hard disk, right? But here we are talking about the data. So suppose to store that data onto the hard disk, again we need the file handling concept. So whenever we talk about the files, so there are two types of files. One is this, the text file, and second one is the binary file. So these two files are there. So we can use either whatever the text file that is easily readable, but that binary file is not easily readable. That you know why it is, right? So these two files we can use here for the text file. You can use the extension like txt dat, and for binary .rb, right? Sorry, b. Now these operations we can perform on the file handling. First option is creating a new file. Second is opening an existing file, then closing a file and reading a file, reading from and writing to a file. So these operations I'll just tell you. Now again, one more concept I just wanted to tell you here. Now see, whatever the file we are transferring from here to the RAM, so might be this file is very big, right? Suppose that file is very big. In case of the single variable, it is very simple, but if you are having that file is very big file, so to bring that file into this hard disk, I need one pointer to access this file, and that pointer will be here, and that pointer is, you can say, any pointer you can take. So this suppose the file pointer, and this pointer will store the address of this file when you bring this bigger file into this. So whatever is the address of this file, we can say that is a base address kind of. So that address will be stored here. Getting this? Now you will say what is the type of this file handling, sorry, file pointer, whatever this pointer, the type of that file pointer is file. This should be capital file, right? Actually, this is the predefined into this compiler, but I'll say this is the user defined data type, this one. This is user defined data type, and we know what we use for the user defined data type. So we use here type def, right? So using this type def, we can create our own data type. So same this the way is used in this compiler. So we can say that declaration is already there into this compiler for this file. So this capital FILE is the type of this pointer. Whatever is this pointer, so that file, capital file is the type of this pointer. So that if suppose this is a very large array or something, so whatever the address that would be stored into this one, right? So this is the main thing, that the file, right? So again, I'll just go back here. So these are the operations. So one by one we'll see. First, I'll just tell you the template of the file handling program. So you can see here, this is the template of this in this header file std.div.h. So all the input output functions are declaration about that has been defined here, right? Now, as I said, this is the file pointer. This is a fp, or you can take any variable name here. That doesn't matter. But whatever is this capital FILE, this is what? This is the type of this pointer. As I said, this is the kind of user defined type file. So I'll just show you the format of this also. You can see here. This is the format of this FILE, capital FILE. You can see here type def struct, and whatever are the variables, these have been defined here. And at the last, you can see here capital FILE. This is what? This is the type, user defined type. This is user defined type. So that's why whatever the file pointer you are using, the type of that file pointer would be capital FILE. Now see, again here, whenever we just write or create any file, so here, see, suppose you are taking that 10 from the user, you store that 10 into this, right? Now see, you want to transfer, suppose that data 20 into this, the hard disk. So we need to create file. We need to create file, and we can first we need to open that created file, and after just accepting this data from this user, that will be temporarily stored into the buffer here. Suppose this is the buffer. So that data will be stored temporarily into this buffer. And when we close that file here, close. When we close that file, so whatever data is there into this buffer, that data will be transferred to the hard disk. So unless and until you write that close function, so you cannot transfer that data from this RAM or primary memory to the secondary memory. So you just understand here, you need to open the file and also you need to close the file. So these two operations are most important, to open and to close the file. Right? So here you can see, as I said, this is about the file data type. Now that second, the line is here. See, this is the second line. F open, file pointer, that is fp equals to f open, and then in double quote this is a string. This is a file which you are creating, right? That name of file is abc.txt. And what is the your purpose? Why you are opening this? What is the purpose of this file? Whether you want to write some into the file or you want to read something from that file. So this is the mode. This w, whatever I have written here in double quote, this is string. So this is a file handling mode, and this mode is here I have used that write, but you can use that read, append, something, right? So I'll show you the modes also. So here this file pointer is required, and this is a function which is used to open the file. If suppose already file is there into the hard disk, so that same file you can open. If suppose file is not there, if suppose existing file is not there, then it will create a file with name this abc.txt, right? And whatever the purpose, that you can write that purpose here. So you can see here, these are the file handling modes. Whatever the thing I have written here in double quote, so here w have been written, so that is right. So all these the modes I have just listed here. This r, suppose you want to read that file, so you can write here r. So that purpose of that R is open for reading. RB port B represent for the binary. So RB means open file for reading and reading in binary mode. So RB. So this is W. See, this is a small w. Huh? So opening for the writing, and WB is what? Open that file for writing in binary mode. A is what? A is for the append. Suppose some data is there in your file and you want to append at the end of your data something. So in that case, you can use this key. So open for append, right? And same thing, AB is what? Open for append in binary mode. Now here RB and WB, right? RB is what? Open for both reading and writing purpose. I have just written in short R and W. So this is for reading and this is for writing. So R plus is what? Open for both reading and writing purpose. But see here, you see this R plus and W plus. Here also I have written open for both read and write purpose. So here you are saying the same statement, but the difference is what here? In R plus, if suppose existing file is there, then it will open for the reading and writing purpose. But if suppose that existing file is not there, then in that case it will return that null value. It means that file is not present there in this R plus. W plus, same statement I have written here, open for both read and write purpose. But see here, if suppose that file is not existing there, so it will create a file with that given name. So this is the difference between this W plus and R plus. Otherwise, you will see. So the here I have written for simplicity open for both read and write, and here also open for both read and write. So don't be confused here. In R plus, if file is not there, then it will return the null pointer. And if suppose in W plus, if file is not there, then it will create the new file. And that RB plus is same for the reading and writing in binary mode. And here also WB plus is again same, open for both read and write in binary mode. A plus is what? Open for both read and append. So this is A plus, and AB plus is what? That is in binary mode. So these are the file handling modes which are most important, and you need to include any, as per your requirement, any file mode here, right? So this is the template I am just explaining you, right? The pointer or that file is not there in that case. If suppose you are reading that file and that file is not exist, then it will return it. So you can see here, if suppose file pointer is equal with null, this the NULL, this is capital, and the ASCII value of this NULL is the 0. If this condition true, then we can say error and existed, right? So if the error is there, then exit from that program, you can say. And if this condition gets false, then here dot dot I just use. So here you can use either reading function or writing function. But don't forget to use this fclose function. See, if you are not writing this function, then whatever data is stored into the temporary buffer, that will be not transferred to the hard disk. So that's why you need to write this fclose function. This is a mandatory function you can consider here, right? Fclose. So this was the template, and I'll just take one the simple example so that you will understand this. Whatever this template, that same template I'll just use, right? Oh, I'll just I have created one sample.c file, and I'll just show you where it has been stored. So see, in C drive, the programs, and here sample.c. So you can see here there is only single file into this folder, sample.c, right? Now I'll just write one simple program. This header file is mandatory, and for exit also, uh, this file is for exit function. Now you can see here, I am taking one the file pointer. You can use any variable name. I'll use that FP, that is a file pointer, right? And again, I'll just use one the variable, right? And I'll just create one file. See that syntax, you just carefully. If you are not writing anything, abc.txt suppose, then this will be stored into that default folder wherever this program is there. But I'm just giving that specific path here, like C colon, this double slash you just write here, then programs, and there I am just storing, suppose I'm just creating this file, abc.txt. Now you can see here, there is a single file into this folder. Now I am just creating one file into this folder. That file name is what? That is abc.txt. And again, you need to specify your purpose. Suppose you are creating this file for writing purpose, right? So I think till this, it's simple. What I did, I just created one file pointer and just opened that file or created that file using this function. That file name is abc.txt. Now, whatever is our template, you can see here in this template I just shown you. This condition you just write, because if suppose that file is not there or anything is there, so you need to display that error message. So if file pointer value is null, then you can say error, right? And exit. This is the inbuilt functions. So you can see. Now, again here, just this is dash dash just represented into this template. So here you can write the input and output functions. So see, what is our purpose to write that data into the hard disk, right? So you can see here this scenario. What I just want to do, so first I need to accept this data or either this data. So how I can accept? So using scanf functions, I can accept this data and I can store into this RAM. This is the first step, right? So what I can do here, scanf, or first I'll say for the simplicity, enter data, right? And using this function, I can accept the data from the keyboard. Keep in your mind, I'm accepting the data from the keyboard, and suppose that is, so what we did using these functions, we just accepted the data from the keyboard and we stored it into the RAM. So this process, whatever is this process, so this 20 suppose we accepted and stored into this RAM. So this is the first step, right? That's the first step. Now what would be the next step? So we need to transfer this data from this RAM to the hard disk. So which functions we can use? So see these functions. This one, this is a fprintf. So I'll write that same function over here. Fprintf, and see that file pointer is mandatory here. See the syntax carefully. %d and that is a, right? This one. Now see the program. I'll save it and I'll run it. First, I'll just show you. See, f close is a mandatory, but what I'll do for this simplicity, I'll just comment this one. Consider I just forgot to write this fclose function. I'll just compile it, right? So it's error free and I'll just run it. Now see, I'll enter suppose 100. Now see, in this case, the data is entered through the keyboard, that is 100. And when I hit enter key, so that will be transferred to the RAM. And our aim is from RAM to hard disk also. But before just transferring that from RAM to hard disk, say transfer to the temporary buffer. And when we use the close function, then and then that the data from the buffer that will be transferred to the hard disk. So suppose I have just entered and let me see whether the data is transferred or not. You can see here. See, this file has been created. Initially, I just shown you only that sample.c file was there. Now these are the object and application file. I don't think much about this, but this file we have created abc.txt, and I'll see whatever data. So see the data is 100, right? So see why the data is transferred here. So unless the code block, it sometimes ignores this, but this is the, if you are using other compiler, in that case it will not store the data. You can see here the data is 100 here. Now again I'll just run it second time. Oh, 1 minute. Compile. This is run. Suppose 500 or 5000, any data you can consider. And again you can see, verify that file here, whether that 500 is overwritten or what. So it has been overwritten, right? So this is to write data to the hard disk. You can see this is very simple. This is the normal function we can say to accept the data from the keyboard, and only this function is used to transfer the data from primary memory to secondary memory, right? Now this is for reading, sorry, writing. Now second the way is, I'll just create here one text file, right? Suppose this text file I'm creating over here. This is suppose XYZ, right? So name of file is XYZ, and here I'll just save data 90, right? And I'll just save it. Okay. Now this file is there into this folder, and I just wanted to read this 90 or the data, whatever is into this XYZ file, and display onto the screen. Okay. So what I need to do, I need to open that file. So which file I just wanted to open, that XYZ. So here XYZ, right? And I just wanted to read that data. So that mode should be read R. Okay. Now this is same. Now see here we need to follow the flow from the hard disk to primary memory, and from primary memory to screen, your computer screen. So here I'll delete this, right? So first is, suppose, from hard disk to RAM, right? Consider here from hard disk to RAM, suppose. Now how I can transfer, you can see here, I've just shown you, from this hard disk to RAM, we need to use this fscanf function, right? Here, you can see here, this one. This functions we need to use to transfer the data from hard disk to RAM. You can see here. So I'll just write fscanf, then file pointer and rest syntax is same, %d, and suppose that A, sorry, and A, right? This one. Now see the data is into your RAM. Now from RAM to computer screen. So this is the normal way from RAM to computer screen. So that is the regular function we can use here, %d, or I can say that data is %d and suppose A, right? And again we can close this. I'll save this and just build and run. What happened? Okay, something is wrong here, I think. Okay, it is the building. I'll just about this, right? Oh, I'll check it. This is right, and this one. Okay, build this, and then I'll just run it. You can see the data is 90. So which data we stored into this XYZ? See, the data is 90. Suppose here 500 I am storing. I'm saving this, closing it, and if I again run it, first we need to close this. So you can see here that data is 500. You can see that data is 500. So it means if you follow this the flow, then we can store that data into the hard disk and we can transfer that data from the hard disk, right? So other functions are also there, but that only syntax is different, but that flow is same, right? So if you want to take the complete record, so you can use the structure concept, and using that structure you can first bring the data into the primary memory, then that same we can transfer to the secondary memory, right? So this is the very introductory part we can say. But here if you are using other functions like fread, fwrite, so that only syntax is different, but that flow is same from hard disk to RAM and from RAM to computer screen, right? So I think this is the enough for this. Uh, if you are having any doubt for this, you please ask me. I'll just stop my sharing the screen.